GCSE Maths and GCSE Maths, looking at the questions that apart from the numbers are the same every time. You can learn how to do them, you can practice, you can get yourself into the grades. Let's have a look at this, the same every time, recurring decimals. Okay, write 0.24 with dots over the top as a fraction in its simplest form. Now in this kind of question, although specifically it doesn't say it in this one, they will expect you to show all of your working out, and this kind of question might even come up on a non-calculator. We know there's the non-calculator paper with Cambridge. This is exactly the kind of thing that they might ask. So I am going to try to do all of these questions non-calculator. It's the same every time, you just need to follow a method, follow the same method every time. So 0.24 with the two dots over the top, the dot over the 2 and the dot over the 4. Let's think about what that actually means. So the two dots means that the 2 and the 4 are repeating. So they just keep repeating forever like that. So the part of the decimal with the two dots over the top, that's the part that just repeats forever. So 0.24 with the two dots is actually a short way of writing 0.2424242424, continuing forever. Now what we need to do with this kind of question, first of all, is to give our decimal some kind of name, some kind of letter. So x makes sense, doesn't it? So x equals that. So here's my first move in answering this question. Now what I need to have is the repeating bit only on the right hand side of my decimal. So I only want the repeating bit, the 24242424, on the right hand side of my decimal. Well, I can see I've already got that, so I'm going to write it down. So x equals, so that's going to be 0.242424, and then some dots just to show that continues forever. But I need to do that twice. I now need to have another version of this decimal where the right hand side is only the repeating part. So have a look at this. If I just do a cut-off point just there, you can see that the right hand side of that particular cut-off point only has the repeating part 24242424. And to get my decimal point to that cut-off point, I need to move my decimal point 2 places. Now moving my decimal point 2 places is equivalent to multiplying by 100. So x equals this, and I also know now that 100 times x is going to be, move my decimal point 2 places to the right, so 24.242424, like that. Now you should be in a situation here where the right hand side of each decimal is the same. So x is 0.242424 and 100 times x is 24.242424. So we need the right hand side to be only the repeating part, and the right hand sides of both of those decimals have to be exactly the same. Now we subtract. So 100x take away x, that's going to give me 99, so 99 times x. And then taking away my decimals, if I do a takeaway here, if I do a subtract, because the part after the decimal point is the same with both of my decimals, that will just all cancel out. So I just need to look at my left hand side. 24 minus 0 is going to be 24. So now I get 99x equals 24. So clearing away some space there, I've got 99 times x. Remember, I'm going to try to do this one non-calculator. 99 times x equals 24. Remember that x was the name I gave to my original decimal, and they want my original decimal written as a fraction. So multiplying by 99 on the left-hand side, move that to the right-hand side, becomes a divide by. So x is now 24 divide by 99. Well, we need to simplify that, and I'm trying to do the whole thing here non-calculator. I can see 24, that divides by 3, doesn't it? That's in the 3 times table. Also 99, that's going to divide by 3, isn't it? 2 9s there next to each other, that will divide by 3. So if I divide top and bottom by 3, I'm going to get 8 over 33 is going to be, I think, my final answer. Can't think of any common factors apart from 1 of 8 and 33. So there's my final answer, 8 divided by 33. Now, of course, I am trying to do this non-calculator, but if we have our calculators with us, we can just double check that. If I do on my calculator, 8 divided by 33, press the SD button, I do get that recurring decimal, the 0.242424. Of course, on the calculator display, it actually stops because the calculator display is only so big. But at least if you do have your calculator with you, you can check your answer. Remember, if this is a non-calculator paper, like the Cambridge paper, yeah, you'll be doing it non-calculator, simple as that. If it's not a non-calculator paper, they will tell you to show all of your working out. You need to write down every step in your calculation, exactly as I have done here. Now here's another one, another exam question worth 2 marks this. These questions are great, you can learn how to do them, they're the same every time, get yourself into the marks, get yourself into the grades. Do you see what's different about this one? Convert 0.24, well the same numbers except this time the dot is only above the 4. Convert it to a fraction, and then this time they are telling us you must show all your working and give your answer in its simplest form. Well, why don't you pause the video at this point and have a go at this question yourself, just noticing that it is slightly different from the question that we had a moment ago. Pause the video, have a go at this question. And while you're doing that, I'll have a go at this myself. So what we need to do, our first move, is to give this decimal a name. So we'll call it x. So x equals, and I always like to write them out in full. So 0 point. Now, the dot is only above the 4, not the 2 and the 4. So that means that only the 4 is repeating. So our actual number is this. I'll put my 3 dots there to show that it continues. So x equals 0.2 and then 4, 4, 4, 4, lots of 4s like that. So what we need to do, the same method as we had before, we need to write it so that it is only the repeating part on the right-hand side. After the decimal point on the right-hand side, we only want the repeating part. Well, the repeating part starts just there, doesn't it? So with all the 4s there, that's where the repeating part starts. So to get myself into the repeating part, I need to move my decimal point 1 place to the right, which is the same as multiplying by 10. So that's going to give me 10 times x, and 10 times x then is going to be 2 points, and then on the right hand side, after my decimal point, I'm going to have all of the 4s like that. Now, we need another version of this decimal number so that the right-hand side, again, is only the repeating part. So where can we go now? If I go to just there, I can see the right-hand side is, again, only the repeating part, only the 4s. So how far do I have to move my decimal point to get there? So 1, 2 places. So moving my decimal point 2 places is the same as multiplying by 100. So 100 times x. This time it's going to be 24 point something, isn't it? So 24 point, and then again all the 4s like that, the repeating part on the right hand side. So we subtract 100x, take away 10x, that gives me 90. So 90 times x. All the 4s on the right hand side will cancel out, but 24 take away 2, 24 minus 2 is going to be 22. So I get 90x equals 22. And again, clearing a bit of space there, I've got 90x equals 22, so my fraction then, 22 on that side, divide by the 90 on that side. Well, we need to simplify this. 22 and 90, they're both even numbers. If a number ends with a 0, a 2, 4, 6, 8, then it's an even number. So 22 divided by 2 is 11, and 90 divided by 2 is 45. Well, that must be the end of that question. We can't simplify any further, can we? Because 11's a prime number, so we can only divide by 1 and 11, and I know that 11 does not go into 45. And we can check our answer if we have the calculator with us. Just do 11 divide by 45, and it does give us the answer we want. Of course, the calculator display does stop, but again, that's only because they can only fit a certain number of digits on the calculator display. So it's the same every time. Practice. Get yourself into the marks, get yourself into the grades. And if the video was useful, then please do like the video and please subscribe, because that gives us some encouragement and makes it easier to make more videos, which hopefully is helping somebody out with their maths. And thank you very much for watching this one. I will return with the next video.